Hello, good morning. A warm welcome to all the strong and beautiful ladies rising with us this morning. It is the #1 breakfast show in the country. This is Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, it's a beautiful Wednesday morning. And yes, we are celebrating the best of women. Hey, not to say the guys are not appreciated. Guys, we love you.
But we're appreciating you from far today. We love you, but remember, it is the Wonder Woman Wednesday edition right here on your premium breakfast show.
Yeah, and we are elegantly in your face. This morning, we are here to serve you sweet, savory content, that will keep you glued to us till the very end.
Yes, so there's a young lady in the kitchen.
Did you have to
She
be
has
that dramatic?
extremely long hair, long legs, long arms, long lashes. Her beauty is not long, though. Her long is there. How you doing, Winfrey?
I'm great. Good morning to you, beautiful ladies. And it's Wonder Woman's Wednesday again.
Indeed. That's Winfrey's natural hair, by the
As in it, that's why we are actively...
flaunt it.
We're actively beefing her. Actively beefing her. Don't worry.
You don't have to show us the back, so you can look like...
Oh, goodness me. Remember when we used to buy packs of hair back in the day that used to be that length? Anyhow, my name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And of course, my name is Mary Bashua Alimi. Stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. Send in your comments on social media using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC at TVC Connect.
When you download the app for both Android and iOS, hey, you have unrestricted access to all our premium shows right here on TVC from wherever you may be. And of course, on YouTube, you can play catch-up with all the amazing episodes and clips from the show.
So let's tell you what we have in store for you, okay? We begin with relationship, and Ayo Lawrence will be joining us to talk about knowing me. Yeah, that's a very important thing. They say you need to know yourself before you can love someone else or even know and understand someone else. Well, this is something you should know about the early stages in relationships. Then on nutrition, we will be discussing the nutritional options this Ramadan with Deborah Ayodeji. She's a clinical dietitian, and she will be here to have that discussion with us.
And then, of course, we'll have a musical performance. We have Adiola David, popularly known as Davin, an Afrofusion artist who fuses African sound to make amazing melody.
Finally, joining us on the show is the master of chess himself, Tunde Onokoya, the founder of Chess in Slums Africa. He'll be here to talk about not just chess, but also himself.
I think it's amazing and admirable what he does.
Yeah, good.
I find it so interesting when you have young people playing chess. Feels like by the time they grow up, they're going to have a different worldview of things because it's a game of strategy.
Beyond chess, it's also good to know that children are getting engaged, which is very important. And talking about getting engaged, I didn't get engaged yesterday, but someone gave me a very special gift, and I just wanted to say a big thank you to her. She already knows herself. She's blowing me kisses. Zainab gave me this lovely necklace. Like that was what I wore yesterday on the show, by the way. Yes, I just added my pendant to it. It was supposed to be Boropo's,
but now it's hers.
I'm giving it to you. Thank you so much, darling.
The act of gifting just helps lift the spirit. And I know that during Christmas and a lot of seasonal periods, we give a lot. But then just giving at random sometimes is also really great. So I had seen an aunt of mine do this quite a bit. Whenever she's in the supermarket and she's about to pay and she sees kids around, she'll pay for whatever they're buying. And I started doing that myself. And yesterday there was this young boy who's looking at these donuts on the shelf with longing eyes, looks at his mother, looks at the donuts, looks at his mother, looks at the donuts. I'm like, would you like one? And then he's like, no. Look at his mother again. Like that mommy, would you like one? But the thing is, it warmed him so much. And I just wanted to encourage people out there. Just give something. It doesn't matter how small. Put a smile on someone's face today.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, now I wanted to talk about, are any of you having difficulties making calls?
Making calls.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes. So people have, so the whole NIN thing
Yes.
is now been activated. And from
Yes.
4th of April, people have been blocked. So if you're wondering why you're not getting through to people you like to call, it's because the federal government has actually told them to block you.
Told them to block you. The government did not tell them to block you. The government only finally implemented the whole NIN thing because they've been telling us to verify.
To verify and link it.
8 times of postponement. There will be no 9th time.
Now, let me just give you points. The little, so the designer making my dress, she's part of them.
Oh. Hello and good morning. It's time for a news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Onyison. Now let's turn attention to Kaduna State, where some parts of the state are fast becoming a graveyard for the young and elderly. This is because barely a week after terrorists attacked an Abuja-Kaduna-bound train, killing some persons and kidnapping others, another deadly attack has again been launched on a military base in Birnigwari local government area of the state. The latest attack by terrorists has sent at least 10 soldiers to their early graves, with others severely injured. Birnigwari is one of the hotspots of banditry in Kaduna, where many people have been killed, thousands kidnapped, and socio-economic activities disrupted in the past 5 years. A security force, or rather a security source in the area, told TVC News yesterday that soldiers were attacked at an Army Forward Operation base located around Polwire area close to Mikati Farm along Birnigwari Road. He explained that the soldiers, who were few in number, were taken unawares by the terrorists who stormed the base in large numbers on motorcycles with sophisticated weapons and immediately opened fire on the soldiers. Meanwhile, the former governor of Lagos State, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, has arrived Kaduna to sympathize with the government and people of the state over recent terrorist attacks, which have left many killed and others kidnapped. Asiwaju, who was accompanied by former governor of Borno State, Senator Kashi Shimeta, announced the donation of 50 million naira to the victims of the attack.
The national leader of the All Progressive Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, arrived in the Kashim Ibrahim House in Kaduna. He's accompanied by some senior political office holders. Asiwaju Tinubu have come to sympathize with the governor and people of Kaduna over the recent train attack by terrorists, where government figures confirmed that 8 people were killed. And Governor Nasir El-Rufai was pleased by his visit and even displayed a rare gesture of ceding the designated seat of the executive governor to Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. The visiting former Lagos governor outrightly condemned the attack on innocent citizens. He says the fight against terrorism should be given a collective effort.
What happens to people on the Kaduna to Abuja train was a disaster for all of us. We need to fight the terrorism with all aspects of our energy, whatever we have. Once it happens to one, it happens to all.
He then presented his condolence letter before donating 50 million naira to the Kaduna government for the rehabilitation of the victims. Kaduna State government officials thanked their visitor for this kind gesture. And Governor Nasir El-Rufai admitted that unlike other leaders, Bola Tinubu is a man full of empathy and a great leader who seeks to unify Nigerians.
This gesture by Asiwaju is a show of powerful leadership, empathy, and concern for the lives and property of Nigerians. The government and people of Kaduna State will never forget this gesture. Thank you.
The governor also promised to be part of the political engagement aimed at actualizing the presidential aspiration of Bola Tinubu.
And we are aware of your aspiration to be the president of this country, and we look forward to further engagement so that we can progress that project.
Outside, a crowd had already gathered to catch a glimpse of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a political leader that is revered, loved and cherished by many. And this was proof to the swelling support base of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in northern Nigeria and puts him in pole position ahead of the 2023. The next stop was at St. Gerard's Hospital, where Bola Tinubu commiserated with the hospital over the loss of one of their doctors, Chinelu Megafo, who died in the train attack. He also visited Sheikh Dahiru Bauchi at his residence before departing Kaduna.
And with that story, that's how we wrap up the news for this hour right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome back. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria. And now it's about time for the headlines. And of course, I'm starting with the Punch newspaper. PDP panel dumps zoning, fears North's voting strength. We have that on page 2 and 8. Gives exigency of time as reason for throwing open presidential tickets. Zoning committees decision disappointing, hypocritical. Pendef Ohanize fume. PDP will lose with northern candidates. MBF. Okowa meets Obasanjo, decries Nigeria's woes. And of course, at the very top of the masthead, we have SIM NIN deactivated subscribers storm telecom outlets. Queues rise. We have that on page 19. And right below that, to the very left, we have Nigeria bleeds. Tinubu laments during Kaduna visits, page 8. 7 train workers missing, losses hits 80 million naira. 163 passengers unreachable. NRC. We have that on page 19. Omo Agege asks aides to resign ahead of primaries. We have that on page 14. And moving right below the photo here, we have reps meet service chiefs. CDS 6 reports against terrorists. We have that on page 13. And that's all I'll be taking for the Punch. And moving on to the Nation at the for the major headline, we have 2023 presidential tickets, PDP to jettison zoning. And at the very top of the masthead, to the very left, we have IG fires 9 policemen over planned strike. We have that on page 8. NIN SIM linkage, angry subscribers besiege enrollment centers. We have that on page 8. Massive promotion in customs service, Ige murder. Omishiri asks Shoyinka to retract comments. We have that on page 5. And right beside the photo, we have terrorist attack, military base in Kaduna. And on the street, we have Lai Mohammed asks Kwara defectors to rethink 2 security men killed. And of course, that's all we'll be taking for the headlines this morning.
Welcome back. And indeed, Ramadan Kareem to our brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
All right. So, you know, there's a lot that happens in the news, pops up here and there, and some stories just catch your eye for different reasons.
Yeah.
But there are also some people in society that catch your eye for certain reasons as well, especially with regards to the way they dress. Celebrities are known for dressing elaborately when it comes to events, photo shoots, etc. But then there's a certain set of people who take it a little further by, in a sense, cross-dressing. And then suddenly we heard the news from several blogs. I'm going to, you know, say it was from blogs we heard it first, and of course on Twitter, that there is some kind of bill being passed to ban cross-dressing. Now, the first thing that comes to mind is there are a lot of other things we could be thinking about. Banning, for instance, or think about legislating. Is that really supposed to be one of our focuses at this point in time in Nigeria? Clothing?
This is me looking at you.
Me, why?
Yeah,
why? You're the legal guru.
She's fond of passing the conversation to me so that she can take her time to decide what she wants to say. So me, today I'm ready for you.
Oh my God. Okay, so basically, right? Oh yeah, funny. When I saw the story, that's the first thing that came to my mind. With everything happening in the country, is this really so important? But then again, I'm just thinking, I probably think that maybe the people deciding to pass this kind of bills, that's their area of specialty or something. Anyways, I think what's, so the bill seems unclear. part of it, because we're talking about, okay, fine, cross-dressing. Now, I remember growing up in Deeper Life Church where wearing trousers as a female was a problem. So now it's like cross-dressing, okay, does that mean we stop wearing trousers and everything? However, throwing more light on that is the fact that this actually bill proposes to alter the clause in the Constitution that carries same-sex marriage. So they're going to include this as one of the clauses under that. So I think that gives it a little bit of context to where they're going to. The bill also states that it's actually an exclusion of people that cross-dress for amusement purposes. So I guess, or for entertainment. So I guess that covers skip makers.
Okay, so I believe this carries so much weight. Number one, it means that if, you know, as a fleeing politician, you decide to cross-dress to escape, not only will you be punished for trying to escape justice, you will also be punished for cross-dressing. We don't quite know how many years you will serve, but that's one. Two.
They just said 6 months, too.
Salary,
6 months or fine of 500K, and I'm like...
You better stick to the 6 months or tell them to double it if you don't have the 500K, or better still go and buy trousers in the market. But that's on a lighter note. On a serious note, though, some of these bills can sound ridiculous. However, for years they've been in motion. For a bill to get to this stage where it's almost you know, about to be passed, it means it's gone through several stages. So it might seem like, we have so many problems right now, but that doesn't mean that it was just, you know, something that started being talked about now.
Very true.
Now, besides that, we also have the fact that, you know, many people cross-dress. You go on the street, you see so many people wearing things that belong to the other sex. But then you ask yourself, if you look at pictures of olden days pictures, what used to be what females wear now is what men used to wear then.
Fashion evolves.
Fashion evolves.
Yeah.
So maybe fashion is about to evolve so that we can see, you know, like a Mazzino come here one day wearing a crop top and a nice bomb shot. Who knows? See?
No, but I think there's a fine line. I think
you don't imagine it. I don't want to imagine it. I said it, but I'm not going to imagine it.
I really have to insist that there's a fine line because I like wearing jeans, dungarees. It's often been seen that jeans, dungarees, or an overall is considered manly or masculine.
Yeah, even
right? There are some suits now for men that are longer than the hip. Right?
Yeah, no doubt.
And they're very fashionable and very decent.
But there are cultures that men wear skirts.
Exactly.
So now what really is cross-dressing? So in the end, I guess it's relative.
In essence, agbada is actually a dress.
Let's
Well,
hope that
it's
this thing
for
doesn't
men,
erupt
guys.
into something complicated. But right now, we have to take a break. Let the conversation continue on social media.
Welcome back. Now, what a blast from the past. One of our most fabulous chefs to ever come on to Wake Up Nigeria is Chef Jules.
Hello, people. Good morning.
I personally have a crush on her and everything she does. And the amazing thing is she never stops. She just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. And she's here this morning once again to showcase one of her amazing mixes. Now, she's gone as far as creating something that's really easy to use. Chef Jules' Moist Chocolate Cake Mix is on shelves everywhere now, and we appreciate you for taking our time in your busy schedule.
Thank you so much.
Come and show us how to make it.
It's always a delight.
All right, so how do we get set for what we're... In fact, you know what? What are we making today, first of all?
Okay, we're supposed to make like a triple delight chili cupcakes, but we're going to switch it a little bit and use a baking pan because we're using an air fryer to bake today.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of a DIY way of baking. So even if you're a novice, kind of demystifies the baking process with the mixes. Okay. So you see how easy it is, like ABC, to bake with the mixes.
All right, amazing. When you say ABC, you know, in Nigeria, ABC is like 1, 2, 3. Is it really that simple?
Yeah, it's very easy.
What do we need?
So all you need is just a mix.
Okay.
We have the red velvet.
Okay.
Chocolate. We also have the vanilla one. We're just baking 2 this time around. So just behind it, you have the step-by-step. So you already have your answers behind. So you know cracking of your head or brains and stuff like that. So first of all, you just follow what the pack says. You know, in a large bowl like this. Okay. You know, you pour in your
we're going to be demonstrating. We're going to be demonstrating all that. We're going to do that now, in fact. But I just want to be sure we have the right Instagram handle. Is Cake Flair, right?
Yes, Cake Flair.
Cake Flair at Cake Flair.
Yes.
All right, fantastic. Once you go there, you will see instructional videos. But then, of course, stay close to your TV right now. We're going to be doing that as well. Yes. All right. So, yeah, on the screen, you're going to have our menu showcased. And you'll know exactly what you need to get this prepared. I'm helping Chef Jules open up this pack now. Beautiful, beautiful packaging, I have to say. Thank you so much. Eggs, water, buttermilk, vegetable oil, vanilla flavor, chocolate chips, some baking cups, and of course, the one and only Chef Jules cake mixes. You can also add lemon zest and juice if you want. Optional, right? Optional. All right, so let's get to it, shall we? Which one do we need first?
The thing about red velvet cakes is you always need to use buttermilk. Okay. When you add buttermilk to it, it tenderizes your cake, gives a nice tender crumb, and that's why we're going to do that first. So at the back of the pack, because I don't have this in my head, I still have to read it up. So 1 cup of water. Okay. I brought my measuring cups here.
1 cup of water.
Yes, can you help me with the cup?
Definitely. I want to learn this one. Okay. All right. So this is 1 cup measured. Yeah. All right.
Right. Pour
1 cup of water.
Here. And then we have a 1/4 cup of powdered milk. Okay. Which I kind of packaged here because, you know.
Is this a 1/4 cup?
No, it's here.
This is half a cup.
That's half a cup. Okay. Where's my scissors? Oops.
Oh, you want to open that? You want me to help you? Okay, I will help you do that somehow. Ooh, I think we need a scissors for this one. But
okay, we have one.
You have one. Ah, beautiful. I was wondering where that was. Okay. All right, so is this a full 1/4 cup in here?
I think you just put half here because I didn't come my 1/4 cup.
Oh, okay.
Like 1/4 cup.
All right. Okay. I think that's tentatively half.
Yes, so pour
straight
that
into the water. Okay.
Use a whisk to whisk it. So we have liquids, milk.
Yeah.
So you can actually use liquid milk for this if you don't have powdered milk. Okay. And 1 tablespoon of vinegar.
Okay. This is the vinegar right there.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go, and
that's it.
Vinegar, and that's buttermilk.
Yeah, you have a chemical reaction going on. You see the bubbles coming out?
Yeah, yeah.
So that helps you to tenderize your batter.
What's next?
So the next thing is to pour in the wet ingredients in the bowl, so in a large bowl.
So what do we
add 2 eggs, sorry, 2 eggs.
2 eggs, okay.
Break the eggs.
All right, I'll break the eggs. I will use a knife to break those eggs. Okay. Got you. All right.
Even a 5-year-old can actually do this.
How many eggs?
2.
2. Okay.
And then 1 cup of vegetable oil.
1 cup vegetable oil.
Use sunflower oil.
I can't open the oil. It's too oily.
Okay, sorry. Oh, my goodness.
You know what? While we figure this out and go old-fashioned trying to get this bottle of oil open, we have to head over to the couch. We're going to be showing you a lot more of this. Stay with us.
Thank you, Tissy. And of course, we know humans are relational beings, and that's why every Wednesdays we make sure we bring you something very interesting you can learn for your relations with individuals around you or your love relationships. And today, sitting right with me here on the couch, I have Aya Lawrence, who is a professional counselor, coach, and therapist who uses the neuro-linguistic programming and family systems engineering tools to help her clients attain clarity, healing, wholeness, and balanced living. She's definitely passionate about the home front and the family unit and believes in preparing the next generation for life, leadership in the spheres of influence. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria. It's amazing having you here today.
Thank you. That was a mouthful.
It was a mouthful, but yeah, it's fine. We move. Anyways, okay, so today we're actually talking relationships, right? And we're talking about knowing me. Not me like Winfrey Okolo, but yeah, me as
knowing yourself.
Knowing yourself as a human being. So now, tell me, how does knowing me apply and relate to our relations with other people?
Okay, yeah. Before you can have a solid relationship with others, you need to know yourself first. You need to know who you are. You need to know the things that make you, different, the things that make you tick, the things that make you who you are in totality. So it's important you know yourself, your personality, you know, those things that makes you to be you before you can say, okay, let me now have a solid relationship with others.
People.
No, at large, yeah.
Amazing. So, I mean, I've heard of it a lot, where people talk about how you can't love anybody else unless you love yourself first.
Absolutely.
You can't even know people except you know yourself first. So now, what are the first steps of getting to know yourself?
Okay, the first step to knowing yourself is first sitting with yourself and saying, who exactly am I? What are the things that make me me? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are the things that is peculiar to me? And, you know, like I said at the beginning, it brings you to your personality. And, you know, while we were having the discussions before now, we have different personalities.
Yeah.
I know quite a number of people are used to the sanguine, the cholerics, the males, and the phlegms. But, you know, we try to put a little twist to it. And we have things like the intimidating Umar, which happens to be the choleric.
Okay.
We have the creative convertible, the sanguine. We have the dependable truck, you know, that you can call the phleg. And we have the systematic Ford, who happens to be, you know, the melancholy. So you really need to know yourself, you know, what are my traits? What are the things that I am predisposed, you know, to do as a person. So yeah, it's important you know you before you can start thinking of, you know, having relationships.
Okay, so now before we move on, it's very important to highlight the fact that individuals, human beings, have 4 types of personalities, right? And of course, you have found a very interesting way of twisting all of that. I want to ask first, why? Why did you see the need to do that? Did you think people were not interested because it sounded boring? Or were you trying to get the men involved because I noticed you use cars and men like cars?
There is actually a psychometric tool that we use in my institute, the Institute of Family Engineering and Development. And we've decided to just ensure that the way a person is can be relatable to the way we use cars. You know, and we found out that the way you use cars or the result you get as a result of using a particular car is different for each of those models. Very true. So if the way I drive a truck is different from the way I drive a Ford. The way I drive a Hummer is different from the way I drive a convertible. And even the look of these cars are different as well. So we've decided to, you know, tweak and ensure that the psychometric tool that we use makes use of cars to describe these various personalities. Yes.
Okay. Amazing.
And it's called Oyela, by the way.
Oyela.
Oyela.
Okay.
It means illumination.
Oh, wow. Nice, nice, nicely said. So now, can you give us briefly, very briefly, the characteristics and traits of these various personalities? Okay.
We'll start with the extroverts. Personalities. We have the intimidating Umar, and like the name, you know, says, like the king of the road, you know, always wants to be in charge, wants to take, you know, it's blonde, just shows up with so much power. So that's the intimidating Umar. Then we have the creative convertible, like the name implies, you know, the convertible, flashy, you know, the life of the party, always, you know, saying something, always, you know, there, and everybody knows that this person is here. Then we have the dependable truck. As the name implies, again, slow and steady, you know, doesn't want change, you know, just wants things to be the way they've been, laid back. You need to push a little bit to get the person to come out, you know, and to really deliver on things. Then we have the systematic Ford. And like the name implies, again, systems, you know, thrives on systems.
Routine.
Yes, routine. Madam or Mrs. or Mr. Due process. This is the way it should be done. This is the way it should be done so that we can get this result. So yes, these are the various descriptions of the personalities.
Amazing. So would you say that now these personality traits affect who you pick or who you choose to be in a relationship with? Do they affect? Should they affect?
Not necessarily. Because if you say, oh, I'm a choleric or I am an intimidating Oma, I would like to go for an intimidating Oma. It does not necessarily mean, because if you don't understand yourself as a choleric, if you get married to a choleric, you still have problems.
Yes.
So the bottom line is understanding. So whoever you get married to, at the end of the day, are you willing to understand that person?
Yes.
So whether you decide to go for a personality or the other, that's really not the main issue.
That's not the point.
The main thing is, do I understand this person? Am I willing, you know, to go the extra mile? Am I willing to seek first to understand? You know, the book, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People says, seek first to understand, then to be understood. So you seek to understand this person, then the relationship will definitely, you know, be a good one. So irrespective of the personality you settle for at the end of the day, understanding is very key.
Very key. Amazing. I think that is very, very interesting. And it's actually direct, right? And I think it's very important, because before you get into any relationship or anything, understanding is very important. And once you get to understand yourself, you get to understand your partner, you get the way they relate or react to things, and you can definitely envisage what they will have to say or think about this thing. Amazing. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I mean, next week, of course, we're definitely going to go more into this conversation. Thank you so much for being here again. Right about now, we have to go on a quick break, and when we come back, Wake Up Nigeria continues.
All right, now we've been going back down memory lane with Chef Jules, and she's come to showcase how to prepare her very, very moist cake mixes. And it's so interesting how easy it is to put these together. When you saw us last, we put together some buttermilk, which you said is to make sure the red velvet
has a nice tender crumb.
Okay, okay. All right, so we had some challenges getting the oil open earlier.
Finally.
We got it done. So this is 1 cup of vegetable oil.
Yes.
This is 2 eggs.
Yes.
There's nothing else in here, right?
We have water there as well.
Okay, water.
Did you add water?
No, I don't think we've added. Oh, yes, we added 1 cup of water.
Where's that?
1 cup of water. Yeah, from
the
here.
back, so you don't mix it up.
Yes. All right, fantastic.
Then 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Optional, really.
Optional.
You don't really have to.
Is this the teaspoon?
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. So vanilla essence.
Or extracts.
Extract.
I always recommend extracts.
All right, vanilla extract in there.
As well.
All right.
And that's it.
And that's all.
You now add your mix.
Okay, so which one are we adding first?
This is red velvet.
Where's that scissors?
We have water here.
Yes, we added water. We did. Honest, I promise we did. So now the pack, everything is all ready to mix in there.
No, we didn't add water.
We added water.
Buttermilk to make the buttermilk.
Oh,
yes.
We didn't.
Aha.
Okay, all right. I get you. I get you. All right, so we're adding how much water now?
So we're not adding water because we use it to make the buttermilk.
Okay, fantastic.
So we just add that. So you see, pretty easy. It's like making a bar.
Did you just say eba? So I'm adding this in there.
Turning red.
So everything is in there already? Fabulous.
Everything just, mix and bake, pretty much.
All right, fantastic. That's simple.
Very simple.
Just add this in there. Beautiful. Great,
add everything.
Great. Very simple. For those that missed it, we just created some buttermilk with a 1/4 cup of powdered milk.
Yeah, you remember.
And
1 cup of
1
water.
cup of water.
1 tablespoon of vinegar, or lime juice. Or if you don't have lemon juice, you can use lime juice as well.
Okay, fantastic.
So add everything to it.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Fabulous.
We don't want to overmix because you don't want to wake up the gluten. Gluten.
You've always been one for healthy mixes.
Yeah.
You've always been one to make sure that they were very...
It's wholesome.
Yes.
And the flour is not sterilized.
Oh, okay.
You see most of the mixes that you have out there, they always have sterilized flour.
Okay.
Just to improve shelf life, that's why. But I think that's compromise on your health to use sterilized flour to bake. Okay. I'm like, what's that? Not wholesome.
All right.
So that's it. It's as easy as that.
That's it. And we're literally done. All we need to do now is
just pour into our pan.
All right.
But you see, I wanted to bake with cupcakes, but we're using an air fryer today. So I'm like, okay, let's just switch it up a little bit, pour it into the baking pan.
All right.
So just pour a little into this.
A little? Let's see how far that goes. Let's see. It's extremely red, I have to say.
You can use beetroot to get your red if you don't want to use food color.
Oh,
It's more wholesome.
All right.
Because food colors can be quite carcinogenic as well if you don't use them in the right consistency or right proportion.
All right, that's it.
Enough.
That's enough?
Yes, so pour the rest into this
into
grandma's bowl.
I like that. Grandma's bowl.
Every grandma has this bowl.
This baking dish has saved lives.
You can say that again.
19 gogoro.
You know. So the same process for the chocolates and the vanilla as well.
Okay. And we're going to do that here.
Should we do that here?
Yes, we should. We should. We should do that.
We don't have space for this.
We don't have. We'll have to rinse out the bowl, definitely.
Okay,
but at least we have one particular mix done. It's as simple as that. And all we're going to do is pop it in this air fryer.
I want to mix in the flavors. Let's mix.
Flavors?
I want to kind of double up on the pasta.
All right, no problem. Let's show them entering the air fryer, first of all. And then you put your settings on. And then we make it happen with the other flavors. Chef Jules, it's always a pleasure having you with us.
Thank
you. Have to head over to the couch now, however. There's a conversation that's about to begin. Mary, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Titi. Yes, now we talk nutrition. All the yummy goodness in the kitchen is a reminder that you also have to stay healthy and fit. And today we will be discussing the nutritional options this Ramadan with Deborah Ayodeji. She's a clinical dietitian registered with the Association of Nigerian Dietitians and the Health and Care Professions Council UK. Great to have you on the show this morning, Deborah.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so when we talk about nutrition, especially when someone is fasting, it can be a bit of a challenge. So let's kick off from talking about of course, we're in Ramadan right now. What are those nutritional aids that make it easier to get through the fasting period, especially in the morning and then in the evenings?
Okay, so we know that fasting is an extreme period of abstinence of food and drinks. So it's very important you still provide your body with the nourishment it needs. It's still important for you to keep healthy because the habits you develop even during your fasting period will still stay on after fasting. So it needs to be something that's sustainable and will also help you even after the fast. So we look at the two periods of the fasting. For example, the suhoor, as the early morning. It's there are meals that should provide you with energy to keep you through the day. There are meals that should help you stay focused even when you go about your activities during the day. So those are things we look at. So it's good to take high fiber meals. It's good to take high protein meals, which will keep you full for the day and help with your satiety. Then when we are looking at the iftar, we're looking at meals that are more nourishing. We're looking at meals that will also provide you with energy, considering your calories for the day and all that. So it's good to make sure that your calories are within the suhoor and the iftar are calculated within those two periods because you won't be eating anything in between. Okay. And it's good to have snacks, maybe 1 or 2 snacks even during the day. For example, early in the morning you can have a maybe depending on whether you stay alone or you stay with your family. Some good options in the morning are, for example, are oats. That's a fiber-rich, with your whole grains, a fiber-rich cereal. Then you can also have a meal, things like your rice, your local rice, mix it with vegetables. But it's important you not focus on calories now, focus on nourishment, nourishing your body, eating things that will keep you healthy, keep you, energized. So we look at having a balanced meal, an adequate meal. For example, in the morning, you can have like your rice, your vegetables, and then a small portion of maybe beans or plantain. Then for those that like more breakfast cereals or, high fiber options, for example, oats, then you can also have like maybe a slice of bread with maybe peanut butter or vegetable salad and all. Then if we're looking at the evening periods, you can also have things like even also a balanced meal, but even providing much more fluids and all things like your...
Okay, so more fluids in the evening.
Yes, more fluids.
Is there any reason for that? Why can't I have more fluids sahur? Must it be in the evening?
No, well, it mustn't necessarily be in the evening, but it's actually good to have fluids throughout the day. Both periods is very, very important because you are losing a lot of electrolytes, so you need to keep your body replenished again. So it's good to have fluid options like your milk. You can go for low-fat milk. You can go for maybe fluids like your tea. So when you start off, it's good to start off with fluids. Then you now introduce your meal.
Yeah.
So, and then maybe later on you can have like a bedtime snack or something.
Okay, so a bedtime snack as well. When you talk about bedtime snack, what do you recommend?
Well, nuts are good. Nuts. Then also look at maybe things like yogurts. Okay. They are also good options. Your nuts, your yogurts. There's Greek yogurts, which is especially good rich in probiotics and all. Then you can also have maybe low-fat crackers, depending on plain popcorn, whole grain snacks, and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are the benefits of fasting?
Okay, so fasting, there's been a lot of controversies like around fasting and all because of whether it's sustainable or not. But it has been seen that fasting actually offers a lot of benefits if followed maybe, especially this Ramadan fast now. We know that it's something that goes on for a month. So maybe there are people who are obese, people who are overweight. They tend to experience weight loss during that period. So it helps in weight loss. It also helps in even regulating your blood sugar, especially those with diabetes. And it prevents against insulin resistance. It also helps your blood pressure to regularize your cholesterol levels. So there are so many benefits. I can also talk about like preventing against cancer.
Really? No.
Yes, very, very interesting. Preventing against inflammation in the body. So yeah, so if we look at it at the long run, fasting has a lot of benefits. The only issue that people look at is the sustainability because yes, if you can undergo fasting, but after that, it's the habits that your lifestyle can also like influence your day-to-day habits. Yeah.
Okay. So today we've been able to learn the basic things you should have for sahur, for iftar, and the benefits of fasting, which of course cannot be overemphasized. Well, thank you so much for your time, Delia. Thank you so much for your time. Okay, and with that, we will take a break, it being the top of the hour, okay? And of course, Wake Up Nigeria continues right after. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Now, you don't always need a plan. Sometimes you just need to breathe.
Yeah.
Let go and see what happens.
That was hilarious. Well, don't worry. We promise to serve you a quality plate of entertainment. And trust the first hour did the magic. I'm super sure of that.
Yes, it did. Now, of course, the Wonder Woman Wednesday edition is always double prepared to make the second hour even more exciting.
So let's go get the rest of the show started.
Yes,
let's go. My name is Mary Bashua Alimi.
My name is Titi. I thought you were rapping. Sorry. My name is Titi Lai. Stream this show live if you would like to move around. tvcentertainment.tv is the website. Then, of course, on Facebook at TVC Connect.
That's right. And use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Yeah.
When you download the TVC app on both the Android and iOS stores, you get unrestricted access to all our premium shows anywhere you may be. And on YouTube, you will find us at TVC Entertainment, where you can catch up on old episodes of the show.
Yes, indeed.
Coming with a musical performance, we have Adeola David, popularly known as Davin, an Afrofusion artist who fuses African sound to make sweet melody.
Finally, joining us on the show is the master of chess himself, Tunde Onokoya. He's the founder of Chess in Slums Africa, a non-profit organization using the game of chess as a framework to teach academic skills, critical thinking, and lifelong love of learning. I cannot wait to see him. All right, so far so good.
Boy, yeah.
Honestly, my baking days are coming back.
See her nose, she's like,
to bake, as in, it's just sweet stuff coming out of the kitchen.
Yeah, and you know, talking about sweet stuff, I know we're talking about something really interesting that happened. The some folks are like, what? Why are we interested in this news? We're actually going to talk about Courtney and
Travis.
Yeah, they got married. But before we talk about that, let's remind you that the Wake Up Nigeria Cookout Edition 2 is going to be happening on the 30th of April.
Yes.
I don't know what you're still waiting for. Is it that you don't feel like winning 100,000 naira?
I don't know.
It is not our family members that come to cook. We promise you. It's viewers like you. This is an opportunity for you to come, showcase your cooking skills, like show us what you got. We even provide the ingredients. We provide everything you need. All we need is yourself. And you can come with your friends and family members to cheer you on.
The cheerleaders are very important too.
Very important.
Very important.
Because the energy in the crowd has to be for you, to ginger you, for you to soldier on. Now, the menu is open for now. You know, you can, whatever you're comfortable cooking for now. But of course, as soon as you apply online, all you have to do is basically record a video of yourself cooking. Once you have that video done, post it online, use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeriaCookout, and we will see you.
Just like that. You actually get to win 100,000 naira.
Is that 100,000 that we think about?
Yes, so I asked them if I could join. They said no. Since I can't join, you can join. And of course, if you happen to emerge winner, you get the opportunity of being right here on the show with us, cooking at our kitchen.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not following us at TVC Connect, you're on your own.
You're absolutely on your own. Absolutely on your own. Anyways, I think I had some, or a few raindrops also.
It wasn't few, it was heavy.
It was heavy. Oh, sorry. So let's check what the weather really is. Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us. It's time for another news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Onyison. Now, let's tell you about the Independent National Electoral Commission, who's now talking tough ahead of the 2023 general elections. And what the electoral body is saying is that political parties should ensure their primaries are properly conducted in line with relevant laws. The advice was contained in a statement signed by INEC's National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye. Mr. Okoye warned that the electoral agency will not hesitate to disqualify parties in primaries that do not adhere strictly to the principles of internal democracy. He also advised parties to avoid contentious primaries that may lead to unnecessary lawsuits. In the meantime, the Senate has extended the implementation of the 2021 Appropriation Act from March 31st to May 31st, 2022. The upper chamber gave approval for the budget extension after examining a bill to amend the 2021 Appropriation Act. Presenting the bill during Tuesday's plenary session, Senate Leader Yahaya Abdullahi said the extension of the budget period is necessary to ensure the ongoing projects will be completed. He also explained that the appropriation acts in the past were passed mid-year, with their implementation usually extended to the following year, and these extensions are covered by a clause in line with the provisions of Section 318 of the Constitution that the Act runs for a period of 12 months starting from the date it comes into effect. And that's all we have time for on the news for this hour. We have to take a quick break, but we'll be back with more. All right, now we've been having a blast in the kitchen. And when it comes to baking, you know, everybody's always looking for something simple to do. And a big shout out to Chef Jules for coming up with this amazing solution. She has some amazing cake and pancake mixes that she worked on with her heart and soul. We mixed it all here on set, and you can see
we have some butter left as well.
Leftover butter. It looks so rich and smells so good.
Yep.
Now, we did some cupcakes in the air fryer, and it looks amazing, doesn't it? We had these tulip paper cups.
Yeah.
We didn't even have the actual cupcake pots, but it came out really,
to the
really
test
nice.
of the oven.
Yeah, and it looks so good. Look at that.
Yeah. Nice.
Ooh,
Yum.
still hot.
With
now,
some chocolate chips in it as well.
Chocolate chips. Now, you can decorate with so many different things.
Yep.
We have some biscuits here, cookies. Should we call them cookies?
Yeah, they're like
Biscuits.
Oreo cookies.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to dash them branding, but it's fine. You also have some icing.
Okay, we can pipe on them as well, like I'm doing now.
Yeah. One thing I can remember about Chef Jules is that she was always so particular about how the icing is mixed. She used to use special ingredients.
Yes.
So what is in this piping bag now?
Okay, here we have cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
And what else?
What else?
With unsalted butter.
Unsalted butter.
For ultimate yumminess. And then we're going to kind of add a dollop of that on the tulip baking cups, and then have this nice
biscuit.
Yep. At an angle 45 degrees. You know,
45 degrees?
Yeah.
Really? How do I know this is 45 degrees now?
That's right. This is 90. This is 45.
Okay, all right, all right. So we do have a full cake
baking
in the air fryer baking, but we just thought to show you these cupcakes, to show you how easy, how simple it is to put this together.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Your kids can actually bake with this. Very easy.
See. Let me turn this around. All right, so this is what it looks like once it's baked and decorated. Yeah. As you can see, it's very stress-free, really easy to make.
Baking without tears.
Honestly, I'm trying my best to not start eating one right now because I know my mother is watching me. And she taught me very well when growing up that you have to be patient. We have so much to show you right here on Wake Up Nigeria. All right, welcome back. Now, there are few games like the game of chess. And the game of chess has cut across the world in so many different ways. In the studio with us this morning is the master of chess himself, Tunde Onokoya. Now, he's the founder of Chess in Slums Africa. It's a non-profit organization that uses the game of chess as a framework to teach academic skills, critical thinking skills, and a lifelong love for learning to children.
And of course, you're here. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria. It's amazing having you here, seeing the great work you've done. And also, congratulations on winning the Future Awards for President Community Action. I think that was really, really amazing and definitely well-deserved. So now, can you give us a brief start or a brief rundown on how the idea of chess in slums started?
All right, thank you for having me on the show.
You're welcome.
So how it all started tells a bit of my own personal story. So I grew up in Ikorodu, somewhere in Salodo, in the slum community, and so there was a point in my life that I was out of school for 2 years after my basic education because you know, things were not too pretty at the time. My parents couldn't afford to pay my tuition, and so in that time I discovered chess. So I used to go to a barbering salon to play video games, and on one of those days they just brought out a small plastic chess set, and I was just fascinated by the way the pieces were carved. And it just sparked curiosity, and I was, I think, 10 years old at the time. So I was just curious. I wanted to know what it was. I'd never seen a chessboard before. And he told me it was chess. And I remember saying chess. I know chess. Okay, and that was it. It was just love at first sight. And Yeah, so he didn't teach me, but I would just watch them play it. And after some time, I was able to just pick up the fundamentals, the rules of the game. And so when I eventually got into school, fortunately, the school I attended actually had chess as a subject. They had it as a part of the curriculum. Like, we wrote exams at the end of the term.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we had tournaments. I think the owner, the proprietor, had a foundation that would set chess tournaments every year. And yeah, that was it. So that was how my passion for chess was birthed. And I won a tournament.
Fast forward to 2018.
Yeah.
What was the tournament you won, 2018?
In 2018 was when I started Chess and Slums project, right? But professionally, I was ranked number 13 in Nigeria. I won a couple of tournaments. Wow. I was a double gold medalist at the NIPOG Games. I won the Chevron Chess Open, the National Friends of Chess, the Opens category, and a couple of tournaments, right? But I stopped playing professionally in 2015.
Why?
To focus on teaching kids.
Okay, so focus on teaching kids.
Wow.
Amazing.
They say those who don't do teach. And you've had the opportunity to teach kids in different communities.
Sure.
There was a lot of publicity around when the Canadian High Commissioner visited Oshodi. Can you tell us how that came to be?
Well, so we launched Chess and Slums in 2018,
Yeah.
and I mean, basically, we're using chess as a vehicle to get children from some communities, get them back to school.
Yeah.
And it really borders around reimagining education in a more inclusive way. Chess in itself is an educational resource because it teaches kids how to think independently. And that is what I believe education is, you know, the capacity for independent thought. So wanting to reimagine education in a way that includes them, children that are out of school. And we started from Ikorodu, then we went to Makoko, then we went to even Burkina Faso, then finally Oshodi. And the Oshodi project was very different because Oshodi is one of the most dangerous ghettos on that bridge there, right? And we did it. Like, one of the most dangerous ghettos in Lagos became a classroom for those area boys, those street kids that have been neglected, to not just learn chess, but gain mastery of it. And the world saw that, believed in the power of their dreams, and they came down to celebrate them. So that was how that happened. The Canadian Embassy came, the High Commissioner, we had the Canadian Navy come down to play chess against the boys.
Wow. That's actually very interesting. Now, as you said, I mean, Oshodi being very notorious, right? And of course, we all know these kids were not yet in school and all of that. We know chess is really tasking. Now, what was it like getting to teach these kids the game of chess, considering the fact that you need a lot of concentration? How could you get them to that point where they had to concentrate?
Yeah, good question, because chess is a very complex game, right? And the challenges that we had, the obvious one was being able to, I mean, how do you teach a child that cannot speak English, that a rook moves vertically and horizontally?
Yeah.
There was that barrier. But then, that was why we even did it in the first place, because we wanted to show that for them too, right, they can be intellectually inclined. Chess is an elite game. It's a game for the elites, right? You wouldn't place chess and slums together, right? It's only for intellectuals. We wanted to change the narrative, right, by showing that it is indeed possible to do great things from a small place. Now, these children, the only difference between them and us in our own privilege is access to opportunities, right? And they were able to learn it in ways that I'd never seen before, right? Something that probably took me a year, it took them a couple of months to just understand it and gain mastery of it, right? And that tells the story of, like, the Nigerian child, especially those ones in these marginalized places, impoverished communities, that we don't think too much of because of their present circumstance, because of the life that poverty has chosen for them. For the world to see that they have potential. I mean, talent is universal. It's just the opportunities that are not. So using chess as a medium to show the world the beauty of their mind, the abilities of their mind, translates to every other thing, right? And they were able to learn it and learn it well. So,
I have to ask, you know, what is next? You've given a nice spotlight on certain communities now. You've even been outside the country. You've been to Burkina Faso.
yeah.
But what is next for Chess and Slums? I'm thinking about how far you could take this and how big your dreams are.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my greatest aspiration, right, is to do two things. First one is to teach chess, give the gift of chess to 1 million children over the next 10 years, right, and build the biggest chess academy in the world, right. as a way, because, like I said, I believe education is the capacity for thought, right? I want to build an academy for street children, poor children, where they could come and learn, have a roof over their heads, learn skills that will prepare them for the future of work, because the world is constantly evolving. So that is a dream for me personally. But for the organization, right, we're looking to scale up from here. We've been doing this for about 4 or 5 years now. So we want to reach more communities. We have a model that works. I mean, it worked in Oshodi Under Bridge, one of the worst places to ever think about. But there are still so many slum communities. There are IDP camps. There are places where unimaginable things happen. There are so many vulnerable children. So we want to take this model that we have found that works and replicate it across all slum communities, not just in Nigeria, but in Africa. Give children the gift of chess, right, and help them get education in a way that prepares them for the future, for their own future, right? Because if the world is not paying attention to them, they will become a liability to that future that we dream about, right? So the only future we're dreaming of is one that must include all of them. Children that have been marginalized in these impoverished communities, so they can build the life that they want for themselves, not one that poverty has chosen for them.
Amazing. Very, very deep,
and it's a vision that it feels larger than life, and it feels possibly like it could be bigger than just one person.
Yes, definitely.
So maybe strategic partnerships and the like will have to happen for that to go down. You were going to ask something?
Yes, I was actually going to ask a personal question, if you don't mind. So not too long ago, there was this backlash on Twitter concerning your account, right? So I think something personal went on the page, and there was a little bit of confusion there. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you mind clarifying a little bit what exactly happened there?
Oh boy. So I posted my girlfriend on my Twitter account. So because it's gained quite popular. I mean, this time last year I had maybe 1,000 followers, but now I have almost 200,000. So a lot more people follow. People have followed the project over time.
Yeah.
So, and I post anything, music, I have a lot of interest. And I just posted my girlfriend, and
what happened? What exactly happened?
Someone said you didn't follow me to be posting my girlfriend.
Wow.
Someone actually said that.
On my own personal page. I mean, the organization has its own social media account, right?
Okay.
You know, but it caused a bit of a ruckus on Twitter. I mean, I was trending the entire day, 20 this, 20 that.
Okay.
Well, the way I say it, the thing is, I would continue to live life on my own terms. Like, these are things that make me happy, and this is how I choose to, like, live. It doesn't in any way affect what I do, or so, I mean, it was just funny to me because I'd never experienced something like that before. And
all right.
it just shows how people's perception, you know, when you attain this level, it's a standard, people put you on a pedestal, and they have expectations.
True.
Oh, but you know, the social media life that we're living these days. Now, I think we have a clip or two that we can show right now. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll be taking you to the kitchen in a bit.
Okay.
We can just, it's a follow.
All right, welcome back to the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. We had Chef Jules baking something sweet for us today from her own brand, Chef Jules Moist Cakes.
Looks amazing.
And yes, cake mixes. So now we have some cupcakes here. We have this cupcake already for you to taste here. But then we also put a bigger cake into the air fryer to show how simple it is to put it together. Can you see that? Look at it. It looks so good. It's still a bit too hot for us to take out, but we will be taking it out. We will be eating it later on.
Yes.
Oh,
will you please go ahead and try it?
Try this.
We want your verdict.
Ice cream as well. Wonderful. You can put it in the ice cream for like trifle effect.
Yeah, so many ways to eat it.
So many ways. So many ways. So while mixing this, do everything you can to not lick your fingers and lick the bowl. It's very hard.
Says somebody who actually did.
I didn't. I was very disciplined this time. But it was very hard because it smells so good.
You like it?
Oh, wow. I do.
He said,
Very nice.
And with that, it's a wrap on the show today. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. I know we've got Winfrey right there. Hi, babe.
Hi. It definitely was an amazing show today. Thanks to you, beautiful ladies, and everyone that joined us today as guests. And of course, we know we'll be doing the same thing, same time, same station tomorrow.
Absolutely. Enjoy your day. Bye.